Hey there, bud. How you doing? If you're new to the channel, I'm your dad. And if you're not new to the channel, I'm sorry. I was at the grocery store. I was getting a gallon of milk. I need to go through my hard drive and get rid of all of these songs that I've been working on, or at least one of them. And that requires me sitting down and mixing a record. And I thought, hey, since you're my kid, I might as well show you how to mix. Because if I'm your dad, that's the least I could do, right? Well, if you haven't learned anything from my channel yet, hopefully you do today. Let's get started. All right, bud. We're now in the session. To make sure that we're gonna do this right, we need to stay organized because there might be so many files that you're working with that you'll get lost. Things that help with making sure that you don't get lost is color coding and naming tracks. The way that I tend to approach mixing is starting out with the foundation, which is your rhythm, your bass. Some people like to start with the vocals or the thing that's going to take the longest, but I like getting the song done first and then putting the vocals on top. While I'm working on the record, I do a little bit of pre-mixing. I got this drum loop. Don't know why it's called the Zoloft drum loop, but we'll rock with it. It sounds good. I also do a little bit of sound design. Don't tell your mom I got these plugins. Let's see how it sounds right now.
Your foundation for the song. Revelation, take the throne. Holy Spirit, guide my life. Restoration to the Christ.
Sounds pretty gnarly, doesn't it? I also like to make sure that I'm not clipping on the master track because it's easy to peek out here and have no headroom and nothing to work with. So let's get these drums beefed up. I like to select and loop a section to get everything nice and tight and do it where all the parts are going all at once. So it looks like I did a little bit of processing when I was writing the song because I want to get as close to the sound as possible by the time I'm done recording vocals. So something I had added was a reverb to make everything more cohesive and together. This one to be specific. Don't tell your mom. I added some clipping. Clipping your drums helps improve the headroom and even make things sound louder perceivably. Sub plugins I use to add a little bit extra saturation. You know what I'm saying, right? And sometimes I switch around the order. Now, just like the last video, I actually like ending the drum bus with this Polarity plugin. Man, he really nailed it with this one. Now that the drums are snapping and popping and clapping, let's go to the next part, the bass. It's not actually a bass, it's a guitar. And if you watch my live streams that I do every once in a while, you'll actually see me make these songs in real time. So I took this guitar idea, pitched it down a whole octave, and then added a sub bass with it. I still believe it needs some tone shaping. So let's try the Polarity plugin. Now let's see the relationship between the bass and the kick drum to make sure that things aren't masking. And if you don't know what masking is, it's when you put on a shiesty and you go rob somebody. So it just creates problems in your mix. And that's why you have to go rob somebody. I don't even know why I said that. Now that we're here, Paperbox. And since I have a separate kick drum track, I'm going to change the sidechain input to just the kick. Would you look at that? You can also see when the kick drum is hitting in shape. Notice how without it, it sounds a little bland, but once you kick it back in, you could really hear that kick drum. Normally, I do care about when plugins are clipped. Sometimes it works because it sounds really good. Now let's hear that with the guitar parts. So I added a little reverb to have the guitars blend together. And then I also added a Pultec EQ. There's also a really nice trick where people will boost and cut the low frequency right around 100 hertz and then add a little bit more bite and edge around the 3 to 5K range. You can start panning them out left and right so that they create space. Use the pan sliders or knobs, whatever software you're using. You don't need to go full wide left and right because it'll cause more problems. Just like you do with me when you don't sit down in the back of the car and stay buckled in. Don't make me turn around and smack you. All right. Now that we've got most of the foundation set up, let's go to the part that I hate the most because it makes me very self-conscious. Just don't tell your mother that. So this is my beautiful singing voice, multiple times layered. When you're recording in a bad space, like I do because I'll be in the basement because your mom doesn't like me singing in front of her, I'll just cut out all of the extra noise. And sometimes that's why I'm telling you guys to shut up so then I can do this. And I'm doing this because I love you.
Other sanders in my eyes. My house caved in, see the lies.
Don't tell your mom I use auto-tune. I don't want to hear a peep from you guys about this.
Other sanders in my eyes.
The most critical thing about a good mix is a good recording. Good recordings go a long way. Now, I don't want to bore you guys to death. So what I did is I built a preset quite some time ago. There's my presets. And now we wait. So let me tell you. Plugins on plugins on plugins on
Ice, other sanders in my eyes. My house caved in, see the lies. I'm impatient, no surprise. Restoration, pay the price.
I actually don't think I need to do anything. Your dad did it. If you want a more comprehensive breakdown of how this happens, you need to let me know. Leave a note on the fridge. But I built out specific vocal chains for specific vocal groups. That's right, your dad, he was a smart guy. These are the doubles. I need to rename them. Notice it's two of the same exact take. That means you need to spend the time doing more than one take and get it right. And then build a separate Vox chain just for those vocals. That's right. I don't even want to show you how many different plugins are on there. Not because I don't love you, but because that takes too much time and your dad's getting old.
Other sanders in my eyes. My house caved in, see the lies.
What's important about these vocal groups is the volume going into the group. Depending on how hard you hit that volume is going to determine the tone.
Other sanders in my eyes. My house caved in, see the lies.
The vocal sounds a little dull intentionally so you can hear it. You got to carve out space for all the different things. I might give this a little bit more high end.
Other sanders in my eyes.
I sing like that sometimes. Don't look at me like that. It's for effect. What's really freaking me out is the fact that I have not changed any settings really at all, and they sound the way that I want them to. That's a W in my book. Build a template that allows you to do this as easy as possible. And then when you get new equipment, don't tell your mom, you can tweak it or change a couple things until I have to look at you and say, son, you have an addiction and I'm going to have to take all of this away from you. But also, welcome to the club.
Other sanders in my eyes.
Over time, once you get the tones right, you got to balance the lead vocal, the dubs, the highs, and then whatever ad-libs or other sounds all together. So it's all grouped in one. It's called a vocal group or bus. You know why it's called a bus? Because that's what you need to take to school. You and all your friends running around, yelling 6'7", 6'7", laughing, calling other people's moms fat. Look, I get it. I've been there. I was you one time, except I had a beard and I was way cooler. You'll get that one day. we've got everything almost dialed in completely. So what we have to do is make sure everybody is sitting down on the bus. So once you've done all this different grouping and gluing, you super glue them together.
I'm impatient, no surprise. Restoration, pay the price.
Wow, the one thing I forgot to tell you before I went into this is make sure when you're mixing, don't put anything on your master bus right away. That's just not my style. And when I'm ready to master, I really try to make sure nothing's clipping and export to 32-bit. Thought I'd at least show you the final product before I go.
All the Sundays in my eyes. My house caved in, see the lights. I'm impatient, no surprise. Restoration, pay the price.
Did you make it to the end of the video? Awesome. I'm so proud of you. I know you haven't heard that in a while, but I thought I'd at least say something because I love you. I also want to let you know that Jesus loves you too. And I got something for you at the very, very end if you want to know more about that. Thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate you. I also want to let you know I'll be back. I promise. This time and every other time, okay? Don't worry about that. Mixing is such an important part of actually making sure you can have a good sounding record out there. And as your dad, I want to show you exactly what you need to do to make it sound good. And if anything, just don't do what I did wrong, okay? Now don't tell your mother that I bought new plugins to make this happen and that you don't need to. But if you did, I wouldn't be mad. Don't tell her that either. And if you haven't let somebody else know this today, let them know that Jesus loves them. All right? God bless you. See you next time, kid.